What's up, guys? This is a review of Vagabond Chapter 2. This chapter, just like the previous one, has amazing artwork. Like, this is just Chapter 2. This is not a manga that has been going on for a while, that the artwork had some time to progress. It's just that the artwork is so good that it just impresses me so much. The artwork looks so realistic, and the fact that it conveys the message so well, it's amazing. Because when it comes to this chapter, the actual meat of it, it's not a lot. It doesn't really do much to progress the plot itself. It actually just carries on with the current situation that our two main protagonists are. Basically, they passed out in the middle of night in a forest and were saved by a family of two, mother and daughter. And after a few days, they wake up in their house, and their wounds are being treated by this family. But apparently, this family is not a normal one. This family seems to be very shady, and that is the whole point. There is not a lot that is going on when it comes to the chapter itself, but then this atmosphere is created that just makes us uncomfortable when these characters are around. The characters I'm talking about are the mother and daughter, because the mother, she is for some reason extremely creepy. Like a person who has something going on with it. I mean, someone who does not, and absolutely does not, seem to be normal in any fashion. You won't trust that person for any reason. That's the atmosphere that is created around this woman. This kind of also goes with the daughter, because the daughter is someone who is absolutely emotionless. She's more like a robot, someone who just is there, but she doesn't really appears to be alive, for a matter of fact. And that just increases the creep factor. The only time that she showed any emotion was at the end of the chapter, at the very final page, which is when she spots her father's killer. That's when she shows this emotion of fear on her face, where her body is shivering relentlessly. That's the only thing that showed some amount of emotion in that girl. On the other hand, the mother, she seems to be someone who's plotting to do something to our protagonist, because the first thing when Takezo wakes up, she suggests that to stay safe, one of these two should marry her daughter. And the way she says it, it's very weird, because she is ready to marry her daughter to these one of these two strangers who she just met a few days ago, and not really knowing who they are and where they come from. That just pushes a lot of buttons, to be honest with you. Also, the fact is that this family is not normal in the sense of occupation as well. They are thieves who steal from corpses, the people who die in battlefields. They pretty much steal their armors and steal their swords to make a living. They just sell them off. And I guess that's the reason why the daughter doesn't have a lot of emotion because she grew up watching these people die and watching dead people around her, so maybe that just traumatized her in some way. But seeing the fact that they steal from the dead kind of shows what environment did this war brought on to people. Not just that, but when Matahachi finds out about their overall occupation, it seems that the woman more more or less was trying to seduce Matahachi into understanding them, which is really weird because it just makes you uncomfortable for the time being when you see that chapter. And the artwork just makes that scene look so alive that you can't help but to feel the emotions that are coming through both Matahachi and the woman. It's insane how realistic it feels. It's really good, for the matter of fact. I have to compliment the artwork. Amazing. Great job. Great job. Now, as far as chapter 2 is concerned, we kind of get a peek at both the personalities of Takezo and Matahachi, where Takezo is the level headed guy who thinks before he does things. He looks at the surrounding that he is in and he considers the fact that whatever is to be done to survive is the right thing to do, because we have the situation where he was saved by these two women, and before even he thanks them or anything, he just suggests Matahachi that, you know what, we should leave, because he doesn't trust them. The instant he woke up, he did not trusted these two women. Not just that, but he was trying to collect poison mushrooms, probably for self-defense, or probably just to kill this family so that he could take over their house. That just shows the amount of thought that this guy puts in to survive. This is not a guy who fools around. This guy thinks before he does things. But on the other hand, Matahachi is the goofball. He's more of a comic relief than anything, to be honest with you. If this guy survives, it's not because of himself, it is because of Takezo. That's what his personality shows, because he just simply trusts this family, even though this family seems to be extremely shady to begin with. He drinks their sake, he lives with them very comfortably, gets to know these people. The girl, Akami or Akemi, she tells this, she was talking with Takezo about the fact that how many questions does this guy asked her while Takezo was while Takezo still was passed out. The fact that he just relentlessly trusts people, that just shows that on his own he wouldn't have even survived a day, and how much he should rely on Takezo to even survive in a condition where there is war and bloodshed everywhere. You know, as far as the chapter goes, not much of it wasn't much of a plot development chapter. It was more of a chapter which focused on the fact that what's going on with our characters, and did they survived or not. I guess we are going to get a fight in the next chapter, because like I said earlier, the guy who killed Akemi's dad was introduced, and he seemed to be a mountain bandit or something. And the amount of fear that this girl showed just shows that this guy must not be some pushover. This guy must be some dangerous fellow, you know. I am looking forward to the next chapter. I really am. What do you guys think about this chapter? Leave it in the comment section below. It wasn't a great chapter as far as plot wise, but I did still liked it. What do you think? Till next time.